Welcome to the You Need More Money podcast. I'm your host, Matt Manero, where I come to you every week from my studio in Dallas, Texas. Again, I want to thank everybody for the reviews of You Need More Money. They are really, really strong. Like almost all are 5 stars. We have 59 reviews of the book on Amazon. Every one of them is a 5-star review, and we have 89 reviews on Audible, and almost all are 5 stars. I'm grateful. Hashtag grateful. Let's get into today's topic on how you make more money. I didn't write this concept in the book, and I really never really thought about it until recently about why I should have written it in the book, because it's so important, and I've seen countless examples of how this happens. It's called too little, too late, man. And recently, I've seen a few examples in my life of people that I've been connected with who have lost their jobs or had a relationship that tanked, in which they did too little, too late. They got good at the end, and they missed out on the most important sales strategy that I know. And it doesn't matter whether you're selling a product or a service or you're selling a love or relationship. It's the close is done in the open, man. You got to do shit right from the beginning, because otherwise you're playing catch up along the whole time. I mean, we've heard it. We only get one chance to make a first impression. It's true. You got to figure out how to hit the ground running. You got to bang it hard right from the start, because if you don't, and then you wait and you start to hit it hard, it might be too late. I'll give you a perfect example in our office. I have seen countless salespeople come into my organization. Let's just start with the interview process. Guys will interview with us and they'll say, I say, well, what are your long-term goals? Well, I want to be your number one sales guy. You want to be our number one sales guy? Yeah, I'll be your number one sales guy, they tell me. Really? Where do you get that idea from? Well, it's just how I am. I mean, I win at everything I'm doing. I'm a winner. Really? Well, what are you in my office looking for a job for then, man? Didn't you win at the last job? Well, the boss he really made promises that he didn't deliver up to. And okay, well, let's stay on that for a second. Your boss made promises, but you were winning. You're an expert in your space. I don't care what your product is. Oh, you sell insurance? Well, if that insurance company that you were working for didn't really resonate with you, or they made false promises, why didn't you just go be an expert and win at another insurance agent, right? I mean, you got to reverse the psychology on the guy a little bit, and you get him caught in his tracks, and you realize, well, you're not really a winner. The other piece of the puzzle that I dislike when guys interview with me and they tell me they're going to be my number one sales guy is, dude, that's insulting to my number one sales guy. He busted his ass for years before he became our number one sales guy, and you think you're just going to roll in? It doesn't happen like that, man. So here's what ends up happening, though. We still may hire that person, and they think just because they got the job that the hard work stopped. The hard work starts when you get the job. And so what they do is they sort of limp in, right? They think that just because they got hired by us, that the success that the rest of us have had will automatically be their success. Man, they don't. I was just telling somebody this morning, you guys don't realize, dude, for the first 10 years of my business, my desk was 2 folding tables in an L shape. That was my desk for 10 years. Like, it started with 1 folding table and a fold-out chair, a tin chair. For years, that was my desk. And then I put an L shape to it with a second folding table. And yet people roll in here and they think that they're going to have the same success as the others. And they start to just slow play it. They just slow roll it. Nobody ever comes in here and just starts picking up the phone and making 150 phone calls a day. They start with 30, then I got to ride their ass, or my sales manager's got to ride their ass, and they go to 40 or 50, even though the requirement is 75 calls a day and 3 hours talk time. And I got to push them, and they've got to be pushed. And then they start to have to worry about the money. You see, the max I will roll the dice on somebody is $52,000 a year base salary as a salesperson in my office. That's all I'm willing to lose on your ass. And so if you do the math on that, it's about $4,000 a month, right? So they begin to chase the money. They think that that big money is going to happen real quick for them, but they're not working at the pace to even get to the big money phase or the energy or the cycle or the efficiency or the expertise. They're slow playing it. And that's what happens. It becomes too little too late. So after about 4 or 5 months, they're like, man, I needed $6,000 a month to live. And this place is only paying me $4,000 a month. And my sales aren't coming in like I thought they were going to come in. And so I'm actually going backwards working here. Yeah, dude, you are going backwards. Why? Because you didn't hit it running. You started out too slow. Have you had that happen in your life? Have you ever lost a relationship because you started the relationship too slow? You just slow played it. Or maybe you started out real fast and then you started to back off the throttle. You stopped bringing those flowers on Fridays. You stopped going to the nice date nights. You stopped doing those nice little things. And you know what she said to you? You ain't as nice as I thought, man. I'm out of here. Too little, too late. A real example is we've had a coach recently in one of the teams that my son plays on. And he just, they did not renew his contract, even though he had a very good year. I would have renewed his contract. He was improving. But I think it was too little too late. He just started out too slow, man. His communication wasn't great. He was sort of on the outside looking in. And that's what happened to him. Eventually, when it came go time, it was too little too late, and they didn't renew his contract. Man, never fall into the trap of too little too late. Play your hardest right away from day one. Beat it up. Don't wait. You never know when 2 planes are going to hit skyscrapers, or regulation is going to change, or China's going to come in and kick your ass from a pricing standpoint. Don't wait. Too little too late sucks. I've seen it happen way too many times. And from a management standpoint or from an ownership standpoint, you can't chase that. You rarely can fix that. When you're starting to chase somebody's brokenness, it's very, very hard to get them back on track. They've checked out on you already because they checked out on themselves. I wish I had actually wrote a little bit about this concept in the book, You Need More Money. I didn't because I didn't even think about it at that time. But it'd make for a real good chapter. Too little, too late sucks. And I see it happening all the time. Don't let it happen to you. I'll see you down the road.